Bonjour, hello, hi, Nine. It's Mr. Calvert here. We're going to just get cracking straight away with the smart. So you should have whiteboard, cloth, and pen as usual, and you can get straight on with this. I want everything into English, please. So if your teacher pauses just for maybe 3 or 4 minutes, I will do the answers in a second. Lovely. So we'll go straight, and we'll go in order this time. I know normally I do them in any order. So we'll start with je vais. So this is going to be I go. It could also be I am going. You could have either, you could have both. Nous allons, very similar. This is going to be we go, but again, it could also be we are going. Moving across to the middle column, faire du vélo. This is going to be to go. Could have written do, cycling. Next one, à la piscine, everyone's favourite. This is to the pool. Could have written swimming pool, but I'm being a bit lazy. Faire de la natation, and this is to go. Again, it could be to do if you wanted. Swimming. End column, we've got bon pour la santé, good for your health. Next two, very, very similar. They're both going to start with which. Now, we've said in lessons as well, it can mean who. It's going to be which or who. In this case, for today and for the assessment that's coming up, we just need to think of it as which. So, qui est is going to be which is. And then qui sera is going to be which will be. And then last one at the bottom, dur is hard. Remember, in English, if something's durable, it's tough and it's hard and it'll last. It won't break or fall apart or anything. Excellent. So, plan for today is, this is all about revision for your assessment that we'll talk about in a second. Headline thing is, it's all about listening. So making sound and spelling links between the words that you hear and what those words look like when they're written down. And then also, being able to transcribe accurately what you hear. So if you hear a word in French, can you write that word out accurately with spelling and accents and everything like that? Looking forward then with things that are coming up. So obviously I'm doing this for 2 classes. So 9S2, your assessment is this Friday, which is the 13th of May. 9H3, I don't see you again for a week nearly. So your assessment is going to be on Thursday the 19th. Use this lesson to practice and get on top of things and do some extra time. If you don't get through everything in your lesson today, which you may not, I'm going to put this lesson on Insight as well, so that you can access it and use it, because there's loads and loads of really, really good revision stuff on here. Okay? What you should have then is a whiteboard, cloth and a pen. Everything today is just going to be on whiteboards. And there is also a vocab sheet that your teacher should have given you, or hopefully will give you now. So if you need to get sorted with those things, you can just pause, and when everybody's ready with whiteboard, cloth and pen, and they've got the vocab sheet, we'll continue. So, just to make really clear what you're going to need to be able to do for this assessment, 2 things really. First off is, can you understand what a particular word is, what a phrase means in English when you hear it? So, good example, as soon as I say à la piscine, everybody in the room knows that we're talking about the swimming pool. Can you do that with the majority of the vocab that's on the list in front of you? The second thing is being able to write it out accurately with accents and spelling and everything else. Again, when you hear it. So if I said nous allons, I think most people in the room can write nous allons with a good bit of accuracy. Okay, so they're the 2 things that are really, really important, and all the activities today link back to this, and that's what you'll have to do in the assessment. Okay then, first thing, what I've done on the sheet, so the vocab that you've got in front of you, I've divided it up into, this is my decision, whether you agree or not is another matter. I've picked the things that I think are easier, that you know fairly well. I've done a medium, like a middle level stuff that are in a yellow, and then the more difficult things are in pink. You might look at that sheet now and think, do you know what, I know most of this. Or you might look and think, I hardly know anything on here. That's going to help you decide what you need to practice and what you need to focus on. You don't necessarily need everything for the assessment, but all of these words are on the assessment. So the more time you spend and the more focused you can be, the better. Don't be the person who goes and practices à la piscine, because you know that already. Like, oh yeah, I'm dead good at French, mate. And they just write out à la piscine. Year 7s do it, and they write out bonjour 50 times. and they're like, oh, I'm dead good at French, and they've just practiced the word that they know really well. Focus on the stuff that you need to do, that you know you don't know, because that's where your time will be best spent. Okay? Right, first thing then, on your whiteboards, I'm just going to read these out in French, and I want you to sequence the letters in the order that I've said them. So you've got the English up on the board, and I'm going to say the French. You just need to write the letter in the order that they are. Okay? So listen up. Bon pour la santé. Amusant. Amusant. Je vais. Je vais. Au parc. Au parc. Qui est? Qui est? Le week-end dernier. Sorry, that was the wrong thing. Le week-end prochain. Le week-end prochain. À la piscine. À la piscine. Au gymnase. Au gymnase. Jouer aux jeux vidéo. Faire de la natation. Faire de la natation. Vraiment. Vraiment. Nous allons. Nous allons. Faire du vélo. Faire du vélo. Après le collège. Après le collège. Okay, right, so you should have, I'm just going to write them quickly along the top in this order. Let's change my pen colour. We'll go red. J, C, F, I, B, L, N, D, A, E, G, can't fit them on, H, M, and K. Lovely job, well done. Okay, so wipe your boards off, and we'll move on to the next thing. They're really badly written, everyone, sorry about that. Okay, next thing, this is easy. We've done this activity before. Do I mention the thing? So the thing that's on here, is it mentioned? Is it not? If it is mentioned, you're just going to put a tick. If it's not mentioned, you put a cross. So if you just number your boards now 1 to 12, and teacher can pause for a second while you get ready, you just need to write a tick or a cross. You don't need to write anything else at all. Okay? Right, so number one, tell you what, we'll do number one as an example together. So we've got after school there. I'm going to say a short sentence. If I say after school within that sentence, you're going to give it a tick. If I don't say anything, you're just going to give it a cross. Okay? So, number one. Le week-end prochain, je vais au gymnase. Le week-end prochain, je vais au gymnase. So, did I say anything to do with after school then? No, I didn't, so it should just be a cross. So I just put a cross on the board there. Okay, so that's our example. We'll do all of the remaining 11 together, and then we'll check the answers after that. Okay, so number 2, get ready. Demain, je vais jouer aux jeux vidéo. Demain, je vais jouer aux jeux vidéo. Number 3. Dans le futur, nous allons faire de l'escalade. Dans le futur, nous allons faire de l'escalade. Dans le futur, nous allons faire de l'escalade. Number 4. C'est vraiment bon pour la santé. C'est vraiment bon pour la santé. C'est vraiment bon pour la santé. Number 5. Qui est très fatigant. Qui est très fatigant. Qui est très fatigant. Number 6. Elle va à la piscine. Elle va à la piscine. Number 7. Nous allons à la piscine. Nous allons à la piscine. Nous allons à la piscine. Number 8. Le week-end prochain, on va au gymnase. Le week-end prochain, on va au gymnase. Le week-end prochain, on va au gymnase. Number 9. Je vais faire de la natation. Je vais faire de la natation. Number 10. À l'avenir, je vais jouer au foot qui sera très fatigant. À l'avenir, je vais jouer au foot qui sera très fatigant. Number 11. Demain, nous allons au parc. Demain, nous allons au parc. And then number 12. La semaine prochaine, je vais à la piscine. La semaine prochaine, je vais à la piscine. Right, really fast answer check then. So you should have tick, cross, tick, cross, cross, tick. Oh, that's not the right bit. Tick, 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 a cross, a tick, and a cross. Okay, so check those answers against what you've got. Wipe your board off, and we'll move on to the next thing. Right, we're going to just do 2 or 3 of these. We're not going to spend too long on it. What I'd like you to do here, if you can have the vocab ready for you anyway, but if you get the vocab sheet nearby, if you want some extra help, if you want to do it without the vocab sheet, and I would probably recommend a lot of you are reaching that point now, cover the sheet over, move it out of the way, whatever else, and try and do these from memory, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one of the phrases, and then I'm just going to say number. So for example, if I said number 11, so we are going, and I want you to do that 4 times, I want you to write out we are going 4 times. So if we imagined, I'll just do a little scraggly picture here. Imagine this is your whiteboard in that beautiful picture. You're just going to write nous allons, nous allons, nous allons, nous allons. So you're going to write it out 4 times because I've asked you to do it 4 times. I might ask you to do it twice. I might ask you to do it 5 times, and so on and so on. Okay, we're not going to do everything. We're just going to do a few bits. So I'll rub that off. Okay, right. First one then. Can you do number 7? So to the pool, and can you do it 3 times? So I'm going to write 3 just next to it. Okay, go. The teacher wants to pause and pause for a minute. Should take longer than a minute. Okay, so you should have à la piscine written out 3 times. Okay, can you do for me now number 6? I am going 4 times. So again, pause, a minute or so, write them out, and then we will check. Excellent, so we should have je vais, V-A-I-S, excellent. Next one, can you do number 1 for me? And can you do that just twice, just to keep it speedy? Okay, so pause again, and we'll check the answer. Lovely, so we should have here après, little accent on there, le collège, and another little accent on there too, so they're both going the same direction. Brilliant. Can you do for me now number 10, which is, and can you do that 5 times, please? Okay, so pause again, and we'll check it in a minute. Super, so we should have qui est, but written out 5 times. And we'll do just one more. Can you do number 5 for me, please? And can you do that 5 times, just to be really, really, really cruel? So 5 times, good for your health. Okay? Okay, thank you. So we should have bon pour la santé. Not Santa, it's santé. So written out, that should be written out 5 times. Check your answers, absolutely great. Remember, you need to be able to write these out accurately as well for the assessment. Lovely. Okay, moving on to the medium things now. I'm going to hand this over to your teacher really rather than me. What I want you to do is write out, actually, I'll do it now because it'll be better. Okay, so sorry teacher, you don't have to do, well, not sorry, you don't have to do anything. So we'll do some bingo. Can you draw on your whiteboard a grid of 6 and choose 6 of the phrases in English, please? So you're going to write them in English and I'm going to say the French. Okay, so you pause for a second, get yourself ready, you write the English, 6 of them, and then we'll play. Perfect. Okay, we're just going to do one round and we're playing for a full house. Okay? So, first up is cher. 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 Next one, fatigant. 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 Next up, au centre de loisirs. Au centre de loisirs. Next, assez. 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 Demain. 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 Next one, où on peut. Où on peut. Où on peut. Next up, dans mon temps libre. Dans mon temps libre. If at any point someone's got bingo, obviously just stop the game and you've got the winner, but I'll keep going until I've said everything. Next, le soir. Le soir. Le soir. Trop. 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 Next one, la semaine prochaine. La semaine prochaine. Followed by demain soir. Demain soir. Demain soir. And the last one I think is facile. So we must have had a winner by now. Facile. 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 Okay, excellent. Brilliant. So, wipe your boards, move on. You just get the glory, by the way. You don't win a prize. Okie dokie. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use those phrases, and what I'd like you to do this time, and again, if you want to use the vocab sheet, you're very welcome to have that in front of you. We're going to just do a simple dictation, which is me reading the French word and you writing the French word. So I'm speaking English, you're writing, sorry, that was badly explained. I'm speaking French, you're writing in French. Okay? So I say the French, you write the French. We'll do number one together, just as an example. So for number one, I'm going to say fatigant, fatigant, fatigant. So again, just on your whiteboard, you should be writing fatigant. Okay? And we'll do the rest, and I'll actually tell you what, I'll do them one by one. We'll do them one by one. Okay? So next up is assez, assez. Ah, ooh. Nice little voice crack there. Assez. 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 A-S-S-E-Z. Okay? Right, next one is going to be cher. 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 C-H-E-R. Brilliant. Next one's a long one, so get ready. Au centre de loisirs. Au centre de loisirs. Au centre de loisirs. Au centre de loisirs. Okay, so AU. Centre is just the same as in English. De, D-E, and then this one's a tricky one. L, then we've got a wa sound, so the O-I, your little fish hand, and then S-I-R-S, to the leisure centre. Au centre de loisirs. Next one is demain. 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 D-E-M-A-I-N. Demain. So it means tomorrow. Little phrase here now. Où on peut. Où on peut. So it means where you can. Où on peut. Où on peut. So you should have OU, accent on top of the U. O-N, and then per is P-E-U-T. So silent T on the end. Où on peut. Next, moving up to number 7 then, we've got, this is a long one as well. Dans mon temps libre. It's very nasal and throaty, that one. Dans mon temps libre. Dans mon temps libre. Dans mon temps libre. Loads of silent letters in there as well. D-A-N-S, M-O-N, temps is T-E-M, silent P, silent S, and then libre is L-B-R-E. Libre is linked to the English word liberty, so liberty is to do with freedom, and then dans mon temps libre is in my free time, so when you've got free time after school or at weekends or whatever. Excellent. Right, next one, short one. Trop. 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 T-R-O and P. Well done. Next up, le soir. Le soir. Le soir. So L-E-S-O-I and an R on the end. Le soir. Next one is very similar to this. So demain soir. And actually it's a combo of two of the others. Demain soir. So D-E-M-A-I-N-S-O-I-R. Do that one quickly because we've got 2 bits already of it. And then we've got next la semaine prochaine. La semaine prochaine. La semaine prochaine. So la, L-A, semaine, S-E-M-A-I-N-E, and prochaine, P-R-O-C-H-A-I-N with an E on the end. Nice. And then the last one, facile. 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 So we should have here F-A-C-I-L with E on the end as well. Okay? I'm focusing a bit more on the spelling on these because these are the, as we say, the medium level stuff that are maybe a little bit trickier. Super. Right, getting on to the hard things then. Have a go at this without using your vocab sheet, please. I should have said earlier on, actually, it's probably much too late now. The vocab sheet's got the French on one side and the English on the other, so they're not together, but so you could fold it over if you wanted and have the English or the French or whichever way you want to do it. It's up to you how you want to play around with it. So difficult stuff here, the hard things. Can you match these up without using your sheet? But just write on your whiteboard what they are, so you can write the number and the letter. So for example, if we knew that number 6, qui sera, goes with C, you can just write 6C, or you could write C6, it's entirely up to you. So if your teacher pauses, a couple of minutes, we'll check the answers in a second, okay? Lovely. So we're going to go in order with these, and I'm just going to whiz down and put the answers on. So number 1, d'habitude should go with F for usually. Courir. This is a tricky one, and it means to run or running. Courir. 3, faire de l'escalade is going to be A. Climbing. If you scale the heights or you scale something, it's another way of saying you climb. Number 4, this is probably one of the easy ones on here. Elle va is going to be she is going. Number 5, à l'avenir. We had this as another phrase, which is an easy one. Dans le futur. So this means in the future. It's basically the difficult version of saying in the future. We've done number 6. Number 7, we had this on the smart, so hopefully you've remembered that. Dur is hard, remember durable. Lire means to read. And then 9 is another way of saying silly, daft, or stupid, or anything like that. Bet. Okay, lovely. Next thing then, so we'll do another bingo. This time we're going to do it the other way around. So you've got the French. You can write the number this time if you like. So you can just write the number of the thing if you want to, rather than writing the full thing out. And I'm going to say the English this time, just to make it a little bit easier. Okay, so if your teacher wants to pause, a couple of minutes, and then we'll pick up again and do small bingo. Okay, super. So first one up is to read. To read. Followed by she is going. Usually. 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 Which will be. Which will be. Next, to run or running. To run or running. Followed by good for your health. Good for your health. Next, silly, daft, stupid. Quite a useful word. Then we've got in the future. In the future. Next one, to go climbing or to do climbing. To go climbing or to do climbing. And then this should be the last one. Probably had a winner by now. Should be hard. Hard. Excellent. Right, next job then. We're going to do another sequence here. So I'm going to just read, this is me reading the French, you've got the French on as well. I just want you to put the numbers in the correct sequence, okay? So the numbers this time on your whiteboards, here we go. À l'avenir, à l'avenir. Bête, bête. D'habitude, d'habitude. Lire, lire. Elle va, elle va. Courir, courir. Dur, dur. Faire de l'escalade, faire de l'escalade. Faire de l'escalade. Qui sera? Qui sera? And that should be all 9 of them. So your sequence should be as follows: 5, 9, 1, 8, 4, 2, 7, 3, and 6. Okay, really well done, everybody. Last little thing then is we're going to do exactly the same thing. So same words, but we're going to do the letters now. And to make it more difficult, you've got the English on the board this time. Okay, so you've got the English now. I'm still speaking in French. I just want you to sequence the letters. Okay, here we go. Elle va. Elle va. Dur. 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 Bête. 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 D'habitude. D'habitude. Courir. 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 Faire de l'escalade. Faire de l'escalade. À l'avenir. À l'avenir. À l'avenir. Qui sera? Qui sera? Lire. Lire. And then that should be all of them as well. Okay, so checking your answers, you should have I, B, G, F, D, A, H, C, and an E. Okay, brilliant, absolutely great. Oh, just got an email. Really well done, everybody. Brilliant job. If you are done and you've got through all those things in the lesson, spend some time now. You've got the vocab sheet with the 2 lots of things on. You've got your whiteboards. Focus now yourself completely independently on the things that you know that you need to do. That's really, really important. If you're watching this at home and you've done this as homework, I would really recommend that you do exactly the same thing. So spend your time now with that sheet, look at the things you need to practice and work on them. You're going to do well in this assessment though. It's not too difficult and you know a lot of this stuff very, very well. Okay? Well done and thank you and I'll see you soon. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.